Hello everyone, Adrian here, and I am back on vegan topics, although I'm not doing one of the Vegan in Chicago series. This is something a little bit different. I had a little bit of a puzzle, so I'm going to take you along with me as I try to figure out the answer. So, for some years now, I have been using Daiya vegan cheese products. And this is one of the standard ones that I purchase. It is mozzarella style shreds. I have specifically been purchasing this product from Whole Foods for years now. I use it on my vegan pizzas, I use it in sandwiches, I use it in a number of other things as well. So, when I discovered this showing up in some of the other local grocery stores, um, Jewel, which is a large chain here in the Chicago area, very sort of a mid-market chain. This one actually I purchased from a grocery store called Mariano's, which is another local grocery store chain. When I first saw this, I thought, oh, Daiya has new packaging. And in fact, it says right here, all new cutting board collection. At this point, it isn't actually all that new. I've been seeing this in the stores for a year or more at this point. It's now February 2020. But what I realized, it's not just new packaging, it's a completely different formulation, which is a puzzle to me. And it didn't replace this one. Whole Foods still carries this version of the product, whereas these other stores carry this version of the product. Now, if we take a look, this one it's a slightly smaller amount in the package, and it's quite noticeable that we have very different calorie counts here. This is 80 calories in the cutting board collection. This is 90 calories in the original version, which I was used to purchasing. And the cutting board collection has a lower fat content. Also, if we compare the ingredient lists, it's definitely a different formulation. Most of the ingredients are the same, but they're listed in a different order, and there's a few things that are in one but not the other. So in the cutting board collection, we have things like tricalcium phosphate, potato maltodextrin, potato protein isolate, lactic acid. And these are things that we do not see in the original formulation, which I purchased from Whole Foods. Now, this does contain citric acid and titanium dioxide. So, there's definitely a different formulation going on, even though they are both currently produced versions of Daiya mozzarella shreds. So here's a comparison looking at these two products just raw right out of the package. The original formulation that I was used to purchasing has a definite creamier color, whereas the cutting board collection is a brighter white color. Now we're going to melt it and give it a try and see what the differences are. So here we go after about 3 minutes in the toaster oven on top of some rye bread. As you can see, the two look quite a bit different as they melt, as well as the color difference, which we noticed before. The cutting board collection has started to melt in a way where the shreds are actually somewhat melting back into one another, as you might expect with the dairy version of mozzarella cheese. The original formulation, the shreds are staying a little bit more distinct even as they've melted. Now I'm going to give them a taste test. Now, I gave a taste test to these two, and I guess it shouldn't be surprising that the original formulation, which has a higher fat content and a higher sodium content, I found to have a richer flavor, a stronger flavor. The cutting board collection, it's definitely in the same flavor family, it's just a little bit milder. So now I'm not really sure that I understand the why of why these two different formulations exist. I think that we've narrowed down the what the differences are, but I'm still a little bit puzzled as to why they're both out there. So clearly you're going to pick up whichever one of these is in the store where you're standing. So I don't think there would be a store that would carry both. So I don't think that you're normally going to be looking at the two and asking which one of these am I going to buy. I'm wondering if maybe some of those additives in the cutting board collection are things that violate the standards of Whole Foods, because they do have some particular standards. Not everything there is organic, but they do have to have everything that they sell is non-GMO, and I think there's some other restrictions on what they won't sell there. So maybe the original fits into their categories, but the other stores don't have that restriction. I'm just not sure. So if you have any thoughts about why these two different versions exist, why they're continuing to make both on an ongoing basis, share your thoughts in the comments, and maybe we'll even get the attention of the company and they can chime in on that, because it is a little bit of a puzzle. So thanks for going on this journey with me, and I'll talk to you soon.